How's it going, everyone, and welcome to Off the Top with Eric Pearson Red. I'm one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight are...
Your boy P.
And it's your boy Red.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's the deal, bro?
Getting ready for another week.
Yep.
Man, this spring cleaning on my end.
Yeah. So you played Call of Duty till 3 a.m, and then you woke up to clean.
Yeah. This is what we do, man.
That's a terrible Sunday. All right.
Not too bad on my end. What you end up doing though?
I recorded another couple episodes for my solo channel, so I got to edit those at some point. But it's fun.
Did you ever introduce this podcast to your channel, bro?
We may have mentioned it in passing. If not, just
Man, show out, bro. Talk your shit, man.
Yeah, just real quick. The channel is called In Depth with E. It's on YouTube only. Right now, we're doing a playthrough of the Alan Wake Remastered Edition that came out in 2010. Scary as shit. That's not my bag. So, there's a couple streams, or they're not streams, but I recorded them. There's a couple of them I did, and my buddy Seth is on Game Chat, and that I can do. But when he leaves and scary shit happens, I'm jumping at everything. Not a fan of it. Safe space.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
Holy fucking shit. But it's fun. Yeah. It's fun, you know.
That's what's up.
So yeah,
that sounds like you don't like being in the dark by yourself.
Hell no. Well, no, it's kind of shitty because it does that thing where like you'll hear like whispers in the back of your head, so you want to whip the camera around to see what's going on behind you, and there's nothing, and the camera's really close to behind you, so like you can't really see. The point of view is like really narrow. It's
got you.
It plays on the anxiety a ton, but yeah, if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and check that out.
I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, so there's a ton of entertainment news that happened this week across the board: movies, TV, even sports. So if you guys don't know about this stuff, I understand because it was a lot. So first one, of course, is the Elmo went viral for asking people how they were doing, and backfired immensely. People trauma dumped this puppet. People saying Elmo just went on X and basically said, Elmo just wants to know how's everyone doing. And you had people saying shit like, I'm going to be real honest, Elmo. I'm at my fucking limit, you know? And people dumping on it. Corporations got involved with their big channels. The Detroit Lions even had a post, and they were like,
they needed to be on there.
The Lions said, I was doing really good a week ago.
Man.
And it was fun to see. But yeah, Elmo kind of bringing up mental health, asking like, hey, ask your friends how they're doing, you know, it's a positive message. But yeah, I think it was cool.
How are y'all doing, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah,
after that Lions game, man, god damn.
Yeah,
I had
high blood pressure.
I had to stay off of social media for 2 days.
Oh yeah,
I legit stayed off of social media. I didn't even open my phone.
Damn, is that bad?
It was bad. I can't even go to sleep.
Oh shit.
That first night, like we said a couple podcasts ago, like I closed my heart off to him in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Then this year, they started peeling back the layers, brick by brick, and then it was like, oh, these motherfuckers is for real. Let me welcome them with open arms. And then the second half happened, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
And after that game, I called my dad. I was like, well, I guess I will be in my 60s by the time I see these motherfuckers win. And
not the 60s.
And then at that time, that later on that night, it was just like a daze. And I was tossing and turning in the bed, thinking about scenarios on how they fucking could have won.
God.
Yeah, you were going through it. I was pissed, but I wasn't in full depression mode.
So yeah, you lost a family member type shit. Close one.
I was like E's friend that he was talking about in the last podcast, how he said he gave up on football or gave up on the Lions. I don't have another team I root for in the NFL, so I think I'm done with the NFL. To further notice,
Just to be a college football fan.
I'm not even that. I mean, I never really cared about college football, but yeah, I think I'm done with the NFL for now. And then when
So,
LeBron
yeah.
retire, it's
Okay, I was about to ask too.
it's gonna probably be I'm probably be done with the NBA.
Yeah.
I probably just watch it every now and then. I only watch LeBron.
Well, you're at that age now to do that transition to watching golf. All my friends watch golf like really big now. I'm not there yet, but
I ain't gonna ever be there. I was never a golf fan.
LeBron gonna go to golf like everybody else do.
yeah.
Steph Curry go to golf every now and then.
Yep.
You know, they play that shit. So you might find a passion in golf with LeBron.
Unless I go out golfing personally, like myself, it ain't gonna happen. That's like watching paint dry. It's no way.
Because I used to be like you. I used to hate golf. My buddy, one of my best friends, Mitch, he golfed in college, and I made fun of him for it. And now I watch like golf YouTube channels. I'm like, oh,
damn,
this shit's kind of hot. This shit's low key fire.
I feel like you need a beer to watch golf. To be honest, on my end, you need a beer.
Yeah, but honestly, the big one that I was like was Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q started golfing, and I was like, Schoolboy Q golfs. And I'm like, maybe this shit's actually accessible now. It's not just for the kids in the country club.
Right. Okay, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Other than that, my mental health was smooth because of PJ. That next day, he made me smile. I was like, all right, we can get past this. And then I looked at Instagram, and it was the first video of how this shit happened. And I was like, damn.
We're back.
That was like a scab that just came over. You want to peel it and then start bleeding again. I was like, oh. Yeah. It was bad. Yeah, I couldn't watch ESPN, couldn't watch Skip Bayless, couldn't watch Shannon Sharp. It was all talking about it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, to be fair, I had a hard time seeing a lot of the shit. So like on Reddit, like I kept it would start recommending channels like, oh, you might want to see, NFL Circle Jerk and see what they're talking. I'm like, I do not want to see about that because they're all shitting on the Lions,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Hope all the Lions fans out there are doing better. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well.
Man.
How are you doing, James?
I bury everything deep, bro. I'll just call it a day.
That's healthy.
Yeah. That's it, bro.
This is the platform to let it all out, man.
Just bottle it in until it's dangerous,
Yeah.
That's the man way.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
No, we're gonna have to change that in 2024. Go ahead, be the first.
I don't know, man.
Be the first one to let it all out.
Fucking cry right now.
I give myself one good cry, probably like twice a year. Let it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's a decent quota. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Get in the car, play some sad shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd be like, damn, I thought I was over this shit. Turns out I'm not. That's why we bury it back deep. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get that. You know what really gets me emotional? And when I do edibles, I get really fucking in the weeds. Like for some reason, like when I do edibles, like I get like big nostalgia. I start thinking about shit that I haven't thought about in like 20 plus years. And I'll be like, oh man. Like I remember one time vividly, it was kind of like my dad's dad, my grandpa, like he died when I was super young, but like I did edibles one time and I remembered the sound of his voice, and I hadn't thought about his voice in years. And I was like, I was bawling. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's too close.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things that you don't think about people's voices from when you were a kid, but you're like, holy shit. It wasn't suppressed for any reason. It just, I forgot about it. And then edibles just opened that up. And I was like, man, that was
open the fuck.
I kind of recommend that. Like I think it's a little healthy, but
it's certain situations where you, as a guy, you go through whatever you went through, whether it's death or a job loss or something like that, and then you go through it for 24 hours, and then you try to, snap out of that bitch and put a wall up fast as fuck, or your ass gonna be fucked over.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a daydreamer.
That's why I work so much. The more I work, the less I can focus on everything that's wrong.
Keeping busy helps.
Yeah. That's why everybody say, why do you always work? You worked 2 jobs for the last 8 years. You keep saying you're gonna leave this job, bitch. I'm fucked up. You know.
Yeah.
Bitch, I got problems I don't want to deal with right now.
Exactly. So we gonna bury it and then play the game and work and go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all I
gym,
can do.
Yeah, the gym was my outlet, especially when my brother passed. Like, Desiree or my wife, she was like, "Oh, you gonna stay home?" And I was like, "No, I'm." I never really finished the training block until then, and I was like, I ain't want to start it all over, and so I just had to keep going. Dog, that shit was hard, especially when you resting and then you just looking in the mirror and then you start thinking about it. And you're like, all right, fuck it, got to start lifting again.
Yeah, do another rep.
So yeah, that shit tough.
Yeah, health is wealth, especially mental health.
Oh yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah. Well,
though I don't act on it.
I hope you guys do better on that. We talked about it a little bit with the New Year's resolutions, but
for sure.
Oh no, I'm feeling like a motherfucker. Especially last night, snapped on everybody.
Bro!
No, we're not bringing that shit up. We're not
snapped on everybody.
Oddly personal shots coming from P in the game chat. He said at one point he was like, "I'm not like E," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
I want to apologize. I'll go text you today. I'm like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry. It was late at night. Shit. I'm tired. I'm stressed. Y'all beating on my ass the first 2 rounds, and then the person we was playing with wanted to talk shit too. So I was just like, all right."
Yeah, I didn't bring it up. How do we know Peachy?
Shit, me and James was playing.
It's just a random that you guys have played with a couple times.
Yeah, we were playing team deathmatch, and she was talking shit from the jump.
No, take it back. It wasn't team deathmatch. It was gun game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, gun game.
It was her and a dude named Texum something, and Texum was holding. Bro, his back was hurting. He was holding the team down. You know what I'm saying? And we was whooping their ass for a minute, but Texum brought their ass back. She muted her mic. She was talking shit in the very first round. Once we blew her ass, she was done. Bro, when Texum brought us back, when Texum brought them back, she unmuted her mic at the very last credit and was like, "Yeah, like the fuck I thought." We was like, "No, run that back. What the fuck you talking about, bro?" So I added her real quick.
Right.
She ain't say nothing for like 20 minutes. Then she finally accepted a friend request, and P been bullying her since then.
Right. Yeah, because like the way she was talking shit, I thought that you guys had known her for a long time.
Yeah, it was like instant. Yeah, it was like chemistry for real. It was like like she was dishing it and she was taking it. So
I was because like when she first came in, I was like, who the. Like I didn't know Ice Spice was in our friend group, you know.
Bro, you kept saying, "Don't get him, Riley." I kept saying it on purpose. She sounded just like her, bro.
But yeah, she was cool, but she getting on the nerves of everybody.
And then that shit wasn't even bothering me, but then you jumped in and you was like, "Oh shit, I didn't see him on the list." No, James.
Okay.
And he was like,
Me? Oh yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I don't see him on the list." I was like. I'm like, dog, it's 22, 23, 24. I was 2 assists away from being the second. And then it was like, oh, well, shit, I don't know, man. And then that second game happened. I was like, all right. Then the third game. So I was like on a 7. Then it was like a 9. And then it was like a 10. And then she started laughing. And then y'all started laughing. Then he wanted to say I was camping. And I know damn well I wasn't camping.
That one. Now look. Okay. Look, I'm going to just be honest, okay?
Okay.
Just hear me out since our tempers are down now, okay? So you know the long path, right? Not where the one where they got the garage and the car at. It got that little baby room up first. And they got the long path. Mm-hmm. If you look diagonal, you see that little section before you go into the meat locker. I was behind that little barrel just sitting there and I had a UAV up. And it just showed this ping that just kept staying there. And I had enough time for my health to regenerate completely. And then I was like, okay, now I'm about to attack him. And I ran over there. The ping was still in the same spot. That's why I said you was camping, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could have been reloading or whatever. But I've been a little asshole, you know what I'm saying, just to fuck with you. And out of nowhere, it let it loose. It let it fucking loose, bro.
Yeah,
what the fuck? I'm going to get my goddamn mama.
That opened the floodgates, you know.
I was like, God damn, bro, relax.
You took out your bad day on James on that one. But no, like he called me out for camping, and I'm not gonna lie, it could be perceived as camping. But I will say, in my defense of that, is sometimes when you're reloading or like James said, trying to get your health back up, when you saw me and you said I was camping, I was looking past you down the hallway because I saw someone in that doorway and I was waiting for them to pop back out. And he was like, "Oh," and he said that I caught him off guard because I was so still,
bro. Because you know how we start off in the back part where the blue container is at, right?
Yeah.
And then you got that little room that had a door, and then you stare down the long hallway. The door was open this way, so if you coming from the opposite way, the door is blocked this way, so he's tucked in. So when I came and looked, I was like, because I got the holotherm, so I'm literally looking at him. And I was like, "There's no way this motherfucker is still." And it took me the 2 seconds that it took for me to register that he is there.
Did you think
when he shot me?
For a second, did you think it was one of those inflatable decoys?
Yeah, because I remember I shot at that when we was playing Plunder. Okay. I shot at one of those, so I'm thinking like, and then I was already dead, and I was like, oh, I know this motherfucker was still like it was so bad that I thought he was AFK, but it happened so fast because I was in the zone that it felt like forever. And then I died.
Dude, using those decoys in camping is probably a really good matchup. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because it fucked me up because when we was playing Plunder and we was in the middle of a firefight because everybody kept dropping on our building, I threw the decoy and it popped up and I forgot about it, so I shot at it myself. Right. And then I turned back on him and shot him because he like the guy ran in the room. Right. But it scared me because I shot at it too. So we both shooting at my own shit. And then I started shooting at him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got him."
Yeah.
Well.
So it messed me up for sure. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then on top of that, it was late night. Yeah. Everybody was slap happy because we was tired.
Apology accepted, P. It wasn't that serious.
Yeah, I felt bad after I said it, but that's why I was quiet. I was like, damn.
I was like, what the fuck?
Hey, I was like 50 Cent, what the fuck? What'd you say fuck me for?
What's that one fucking meme where the guy's got road rage and he fucking pulls up his car and he yells at the guy in the back seat? He's like, "Fuck you, you fucking piece of bacon," and he drives off. And the guy in the back's like, "Why do you say fuck me for? Like, why did I get
driving the car in the back seat?"
He's like, "Why did I get bullied?"
Yeah. I had to calm down for a couple games.
No, it's good. It's good. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna move on. Got a bunch of news stuff. The first piece is Carl Weathers passed away at age 76 years old. Legendary actor. In many iconic movies, including, I believe, Rocky II, Predator. You know, he was in The Mandalorian for the recent seasons. So he spans some of the biggest franchises in the world. Will be missed. Iconic, like I said. What are some of your guys' favorite
Predator for sure
that he's done? Predator.
Yeah.
I mainly saw him in Star Wars, but I didn't realize it was him. And then when I got older, I seen that he was in Rocky, but I never put two and two together.
Yeah. Rocky is probably the role for me that I was like, Apollo Creed, that's iconic. You know, like that's, you know, like I feel like you don't get Rocky 3, 4, 5, 6 without Rocky 2 being that good, you know? Rocky definitely isn't the best Rocky movie, in my opinion. It's the first one, but that franchise doesn't exist without Carl Weathers, you know? But yeah, it will be missed. Very sad to see. Like I said, he was in Star Wars. Like you could tell he was going to be ready to do more stuff, you know. But yeah, kind of a shock to everybody. And then I also want to add this one because this one I know you guys probably don't know too much about. Wayne Kramer from the legendary rock band MC5 from back in the 70s, I want to say. Without them, like the White Stripes probably don't happen. Iggy and the Stooges probably don't happen. MC5, legendary. Wayne Kramer, the guitarist, passed away yesterday too. He was an activist, member of the White Panther Party. Like the dude was on his shit for years. And yeah, legendary Detroit musician we lost yesterday as well. So really sad.
How old was he?
Natural causes, like peaceful?
I believe so, yeah. It was old age. You know, he was, I think, in his late 70s too. What'd you say, P?
I was asking how old was he?
Yeah, I think it was in his late 70s. But yeah, it was tough. There's a book you can read. It's called Detroit Rock City, and it talks about all these old bands. It's weird to think about Detroit back in those days, but like every single dude back then like worked and knew each other from working at one of the auto plants, So
Mhm.
back then it was not out of the ordinary to graduate high school and go straight to work at a plant. And yeah, these guys were just uh, playing at any club and music hall they could, and then
Yeah.
they get signed, and like their biggest hit was probably Kick Out the Jams, and the song, and like they were super hardcore. Like the song literally starts with "Kick Out the Jams, motherfucker." And then like Hudson's, which is kind of like a Macy's back in the day,
Mhm.
they refused to play that song. So then they put out a whole page ad in the newspaper saying, stick with MC5, fuck Hudson's. And then
Mhm.
Hudson said, "All right, every band on this label that you guys are in, we're not going to play any of their music." So then they get dropped by their label. like
Damn.
these guys were on some shit back in the day.
Just for talking that shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, it's sad to see, but yeah, he's a legend. They'll stream MC5 if you can. It's fun.
Okay.
And a little side tangent.
Yeah,
You said they passed away in their 70s, unfortunately, but now
I know what you're about
government
to say.
want us to work to there, so you're gonna be retired for 6 years. Okay.
He
I
said, "I
already
know,
fucking knew what he's
I
about to
know what
say.
you're about to say." Yeah,
It hit my head, and I said, I know he's going to bring this shit up. Yeah. Retirement age is supposed to be like, 73 now or some shit. But
yeah.
our financial advisors.
Yep.
Pete.
The revolution will start when we're 60. That's when we take over Capitol Hill. All right. Next bit of news is coming from Quentin Tarantino. His last film is set to come out, and Brad Pitt is going to be returning for that. Now, do you guys know about Quentin Tarantino's last film? Like,
I don't know about his last film, but I know about
Mhm.
his films.
yeah. So Quentin Tarantino kind of notoriously said that he was only, I believe 9 was the number. He was only ever going to make 9 films, and then he was going to bounce. Like, even though he has years left, like Martin Scorsese, he's well into close to his 80s, and he's still making movies.
Mhm.
Quentin Tarantino for the most part is like, nope, 9's the number, and then I'm done. I'm not going to make any more. So yeah, Brad Pitt's going to be returning. Apparently, I believe it's called The Movie Critic. I don't know if that's the actual title or if that's just the working title. But yeah, like that made me think about, like I said, do you guys know who Akira Kurosawa is? The old Japanese filmmaker.
Is that the horror dude?
No, he did Seven Samurai is probably his biggest movie, old black and white movie. But you know how in Kill Bill, like when you'd see someone get killed and you'd see like that geyser
The blood.
that started with the Kurosawa. Like it was.
And I heard that was actually a fuck up in the movie.
Yeah,
that wasn't supposed to actually happen. All that blood.
Yeah,
and that turned into a whole damn genre.
Yeah, and they kept it that way. But that was a Kurosawa. And back in the day, like big Hollywood filmmakers like Scorsese and Steven Spielberg, they loved a Kurosawa. Like if you look at old school movies in Hollywood, a lot of them are kind of borderline ripoffs of a Kurosawa. Like The Magnificent Seven, which is a Western, is literally taking Seven Samurai and making it American, But they constantly, like old filmmakers back then, gave him his flowers. Like they said, a Kurosawa is excellent. You guys need to, keep. And eventually, Kurosawa, when he was older, was given like an honorary Oscar from the Academy Award. I want to say George Lucas gave it to him. But anyways, he had said something that resonated with Martin Scorsese, and it was like, when I'm at this late stage in life, like I wish I, had more time because I have so many more movies to make. And Martin Scorsese is like, yeah, like now that I'm older, I want to make as many movies as I possibly can. And then you have Quentin Tarantino saying, no, I'm done. So like, we're going to miss Quentin Tarantino. Like he's given us so many classic films. Like it's going to suck without him,
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites? Do you have any?
Django.
That's a classic one.
Yeah, that's what I say. Same
Hateful Eight was good. And I like, he did Hateful Eight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like Hateful Eight just off the strength of this dialogue was amazing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, a lot of it takes place just inside of a cabin talking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like really in a very confined spot. Like just, this is it. And it's just, you didn't even realize the scene wasn't changing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really going too far. It wasn't time lapse. It was just here. But I love how you do his. All right, I'm gonna tell my POV. Then you tell your POV. Then that person tell their POV. Then they spin around to that one. And it just storytelling is amazing on his end.
Interlocking perspectives.
Yeah,
His dialogue is like second to none. Like
man, for sure, for sure.
Hateful Eight's like a 3-hour movie, and
to like don't feel like it.
And to keep the suspense going for that long just by being in a cabin, like it's pretty good. I'd have to give it to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I like a lot, and Reservoir Dogs is great in my opinion. Like that's a really fun one. But yeah, like it's gonna be weird knowing that we're gonna be getting close to the last Quentin Tarantino movies. It doesn't feel real.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, a lot of movies out now that we getting older. It feel like damn, we feel like we just seen this shit like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and then you go to look back at the date and it's talking about 2000.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like that was yesterday.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now because like when we watch movies, like when we were growing up, we know the classic movies, and it was stuff that was made 20 years in the past, or 10 years in the past. Whereas nowadays, like you have to like figure like, is this going to be a classic? Is this going to be one of those movies that our kids are going to see? And they're going to be like, oh, that was from the beginning. That was a great movie. It's like, we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
What made Reservoir Dogs so good for you?
Reservoir Dogs has a really cool cast. There's a lot of history in it, but yeah, like the cool thing about Quentin Tarantino is like his casting is always like the first thing he looked for. Mm-hmm. So like he would write movies with actors in mind. And like as he would write their roles, he would say, okay, here's a short list of 5 people that I want to play this, and like I think Harvey Keitel heard about the movie and he was like, I want in it. So that's why he wrote, Harvey Keitel in it. And it's cool seeing some of these actors work together that you wouldn't normally see,
Is he the one that had the foot fetish or has the foot fetish to always be sneaking in shit in the movies and shit?
Supposedly, yeah.
Did he ever say why he put that in his movies?
I don't think so. But then again, like I don't need an explanation when you put Salma Hayek's foot in your mouth. Say no more, man. I can't blame you. Like
and he stood on business with that. This is my stamp of approval.
He was like, I think it'd be cool if this scene we tried this, and they're like, okay,
perfect.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Very quickly. Did you guys hear this? I don't know too much about this, but The Rock is having kind of a fiasco at WWE.
No.
I just heard he was supposed to be trying to do like a WrestleMania with what was his name, Roman Reigns or some shit.
Yeah, so apparently this is just off a quick little Reddit comment that I was reading through. The Rock owns I don't know if it's a majority stake, but a large percentage of the company that purchased WWE or WWF. I'm not sure what it is now. But apparently so we all know it's fake. It's predetermined. It's but for entertainment value. So apparently the storyline going forward was Cody Rhodes, which is the son of Dusty Rhodes, the old wrestler from back in the day, had kind of a feud with Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes had won 2 WrestleManias, and the storyline was he was going to beat, or not WrestleManias, Royal Rumbles, and he was going to fight Roman Reigns in WrestleMania and like dethrone him. But I guess The Rock announced that he was coming back, and he put himself in the match at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. Fans, surprisingly, who are usually always on The Rock's side, were like, oh, everyone loves The Rock. But instead, because of this, they were like, what the hell is this shit? He like bought his way in. He's undeserving of it. But yeah, like to me, it was surprising because it was the first time I remember in a long time that the fans of wrestling were like, fuck The Rock. But yeah, it was all over social media. It's surprising to me,
Yeah, because he had his time already when we was in our teens.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing that like The Rock is so big. Like he has so much money that like he can do stuff like this, and no other wrestler really can.
I think it's really because I don't want to say a scam, but that bullshit they were saying that happened with him and Oprah. like we donated this much money to this
The Maui
stuff in Hawaii.
wildfires. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a lot of backlash from that, and I think some of that might be stemming from that too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I have noticed there's like a few strings of people kind of turning on The Rock a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
where he's kind of made some like social media mistakes. Like the one I saw was he keeps lying about the first time he's ever gone to In-N-Out. Like I think there's like 3 times over the last 15 years where he was like, "Oh, my first time at In-N-Out. This is really good." And he's made that 3 times. And people are like, "Why are you lying about going to In-N-Out for the first time?"
Yeah, that don't even make fucking sense.
Yeah,
Go,
just so you
go
can say
there
the
and
first
eat it.
time at this location.
Yeah. Yeah. First time trying the number 4, some shit
Right,
like that.
You
yeah.
feel me?
But yeah, like I don't know if it's like just trying and failing to seem more relatable, to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a normal person. I eat it in and out," but yeah, fans are kind of like, "All right, we get it, The Rock, you're
Yeah.
everywhere,"
They low-key
Do you
tired of this
think
shit.
that
That's
is
all.
the cause of like or stem from like social media having like short-term memory where like shit got to be instant, like instant flash, and since he's been out so long, people are already tired of him. You
Yeah.
think it's kind of stem from that?
I personally think that it's because we see everything The Rock does. Like there's like Denzel Washington's a good example. Very private. We don't know what he does until he wants to
Man.
make it public. So if he made a post one day, it's like, "Oh shit, that's cool. Denzel Washington's eating at In-N-Out," But
Mm-hmm.
because we see almost every second of every day of The Rock, because he's got a whole social media team, it's kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
it's like we saw this story already.
From the moment he wake up to shower, this is the shoes I wear because I'm affiliated with this company.
Yeah.
These are the headphones I use because they got a special collab with me. Yeah, his whole life is documented from start to finish, bro.
And sponsored too.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
What's the energy drink he's got? Terramana or something like that? Or no, it's his tequila. But yeah, like he's
He
got
do
a
got an
deal with
energy drink.
everybody.
It's like
Yeah.
what you call that shit? Pre-workout.
Yeah, I've had it
Oh yeah.
before. It's all right, but yeah, again, like he's everywhere. I think people are just kind of tired of it. They're like, okay, we get it.
Mhm.
They're kind of over it now. The hype is
Yeah,
gone.
bro, just relax. Just relax. Live your life. You're a rich man.
Right. Okay, moving on to I'd probably piss off wrestling fans. Is this sports news?
Clearly not. Clearly not.
Yeah, soap opera stories. No, that's gonna piss a lot of people. Okay, so are you guys familiar with Lewis Hamilton?
Nah, not by name.
Lewis Hamilton is, I believe, I don't want to piss off Formula One fans, 7-time world champion in Formula One. I think the only black driver in Formula One.
We supposed to know that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of thought you guys would be like, "Oh yeah, I know him." But yeah, he.
I know him. Yeah, edit that part out. I know about it. Tell me about it.
Well, anyways, Lewis Hamilton has spent most of his career at Mercedes, which is one of the top
Oh, he going
teams
to? Yeah, I know you're
in
talking about. I know
Formula
the
One.
story. Yeah, he going to Ferrari, ain't he?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he I believe he won 5 or 6 championships, or maybe all 7. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know enough.
Yeah.
He won most of them with Mercedes AMG. His co-drivers, I believe, are like Valtteri Bottas, and then the new kid he's got now, I can't remember his name, but gives off the vibes of they made a bunch of memes about him, like Russell, his last name, Russell something. God, it's gonna kill me. He gives off the vibe of when he looks at a pack of donuts, he does this before he gets one. George Russell, that's him. Okay, so his name's George Russell. Yeah, he gives off
Pinky out.
white dude energy. So, anyways, he is leaving that team to go join Ferrari. And in Formula One, there's 3 big teams. There's Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. Red Bull's been on top for the last couple seasons. Mercedes was on top for a very long time, and they've been kind of trying to keep their spot at number 2. And Ferrari is an icon of the sport.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this is a huge move. Like Ferrari's stocks went up 17% when the announcement came in that Lewis Hamilton was jumping over. Like a lot of money followed him. And you gotta think about all the fans that buy, the merchandise, because this stuff's not cheap. It's, to me, I feel like Formula One is like, everyone talks about, the NFL and jersey sales. Formula One, it's more expensive. There's more stuff. It's not just jerseys, it's Rolexes, it's watches, it's glasses, it's hats, everything is, a sponsorship deal. So the amount of money that Lewis Hamilton is bringing with him with this move is huge. Like I haven't seen a move this big in a long time in Formula One. So
yeah, I seen it on Instagram a couple days ago, but since I don't follow it, I ain't thinking too much of it. But I did see that he was going to Ferrari.
Yeah, it's big. Like trying to explain it in NFL terms, it would be like if LeBron joined
NFL.
NBA.
Or excuse me, NBA terms, it'd be like if LeBron joined the Celtics after Cleveland instead of Miami. Like it's big rivalry. Why would you join that team? But there's a lot of money behind it. So yeah, that will be. There's been a TV show following it on Netflix for a while called Drive to Survive. So I can already tell you that's going to be the season highlight that they're going to be walking through the entire time is Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari.
I might turn that on after this podcast, then, man. See what it's about.
Yeah. So yeah, more news coming from. We got one from Spotify and one from Saturday Night Live. Are you guys familiar with Shane Gillis?
Okay, just throwing names out of here, bro.
Okay, Shane Gillis. This was actually a huge story, like 5-6 years ago, I want to say. Shane Gillis was a comedian that was set to join the cast of Saturday Night Live. I watch his stand up now. He's a really funny comedian in my opinion, but he kind of leans a little right wing a little bit sometimes. Like the Joe Rogan crowd, that's one of the guys that he gets compared to a lot. Shane Gillis was set to star in SNL. They had the meetings ready to go. He was set to be a cast member, and seemingly overnight, people found old tweets that they deemed as racist, and it seemed like he was going to be on in the next week, and then he was fired. So he doesn't get to be on Saturday Night Live. He starts doing his own specials on YouTube and stuff like that. Really makes his bones from the ground up when a lot of people weren't fucking with him because they assumed he was racist from tweets, which is dumb. But yeah, he is set to host on SNL. I want to say February 24th, which is huge news because that's a big deal when they were seemingly going to have this guy as a cast member, and now they want him in as a guest, which is, I can't remember the last time that happened.
Man, I need the. I'm gonna bring it up if I was him.
Oh yeah, like I can almost like bet that his
I'm gonna be petty. So what happened to my to me working, guys? What's going on?
Yeah, I imagine his opening monologue is going to be like, "So this is weird,"
I should have been on that side, but I'm on this side.
Yeah. But I feel like this is like, because he's talked about it before on podcasts. Because I feel like most comedians that ask him are like, "So what happened, dude?" And over a while when you get asked that for every interview, it's like, all right, dude, like I'm doing other shit now. I'm over it,
Yeah.
So like, it's got to be weird for him and give him a little bit of vindication of like, hey, like I did it, like SNL wants me as a guest, like that's big,
Yeah.
So happy for him, but it'll be interesting to see like what bits they come up with about, because I'm sure they're going to do a couple bits, not just the opening monologue about it too.
Did they ever say what he said?
I was about to ask that too.
Some of the tweets, I don't believe, I don't know them off the top of my head, but they were deemed as racist. I don't believe that you can look at tweets and just take them out of context, because especially when they're coming from a comedian, like if I believe that a comedian can say anything on stage and it's in the vein of comedy, I got to believe their tweets are too, So unless like the context is shown otherwise, I'm usually going to believe it's a joke, So what's up, James?
Hold on, what's his name?
James gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Shane Gillis.
Shane
Gillis. Yeah, honestly, I think most of it wasn't tweets. A lot of it was clips taken out of context from his podcast. He had a podcast going for a really long time called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. And a lot of them were like quotes taken from that, which again, if you take a joke out of context, then it's always going to sound terrible, you know?
Yeah, because if we take anything Pete take out of context, he's gonna be a misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff.
Hold on. That's a really good real idea. Let me just not fuck with you.
I'm like, damn, wait, don't do that.
He's like, oh shit.
So I see now it said in an episode of Gillis podcast called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, he tells comedian Matt McCunster, Chinatown is fucking nuts. He said, let the fucking chinks live there, says Gillis. He later recalls the restaurant being full of effing chink in there. Yeah, so.
God damn. I don't know if that was taken out of context.
Well, no, who was it? Was it Dave Chappelle? Or no, I forget who the hell it was. There was a comedian saying like basically like if you read my set, it's a bad read, you know. But like you have to listen to him perform it for it to be funny, you know. And I feel like a lot of comedy is that way. Like anytime you read, like if I read a joke from like let's say what's Amy Schumer, be like, oh god, this is kind of vile and like really sexual and oddly gross, you know, like talking about snail trails and shit. But when she performs it, that shit's funny, you know. So I mean, like I usually give comedians a little bit of leeway on that. But yeah, he's coming back to
Yeah, because they
SNL.
build it up, they butter you up and soften you up
Yeah.
and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually callbacks too, you know. That's the thing, like no comedian, like we talked about with the Matt Rife a little bit. No comedian starts out with the really crazy shit. You know, they work their way into it until the crowd's like, oh, okay, like I understand. This is you worked me up there, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, the next bit of news is Joe Rogan signs a $250 million deal with Spotify.
Damn.
That man is just rich.
Yeah, he's just printing money at this point.
He came from what's that, Fear Factor
and UFC.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, that's tough. That's
and what's the span? Is it a lifetime deal or what type of deal is it?
No. I doubt it's a lifetime deal. He did sign a big figure deal with Spotify in the past. I want to say it was like $100 million. I could be wrong, but that one was temporary. He kind of didn't like that Spotify was kind of censoring him, telling him what he could and couldn't say on the podcast. Because before that, he was like, "This is cool. This is great. We get Spotify. This is awesome." And then he kind of was not happy with the way that they were telling him what to do. But I do know that the deal had put in there that he has it's now possible for him to post his episodes of his podcast directly onto X. So apparently before he could only be on Spotify, and now he gets a little bit more autonomy with, you know, putting it on Twitter as well. But yeah, like Joe Rogan, he's not slipping anytime soon as the king of podcasting.
And then he just really let people just talk their shit on his show. Like some episodes, it can have 100% fact. The next one is like conspiracy theory, which tinfoil hats, and the other one is about, you know, just working out and just random shit. That man, I don't know, man.
And then them episodes long as the hell too, like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, getting anybody.
You gotta listen to that shit after like you gotta break that shit up an hour a day. Shit.
Yeah, for sure. Break that shit down a little bit for me, because I ain't gonna lie. I feel like our episodes is perfect. You know, hour 15, cool. 3 hours, bro. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah, that's why he was saying when he's the interviewer, people just think it's easy because you're just talking, but you got to mentally stay locked into what that person is saying for hours.
Yeah.
You can't zone out because if a question comes back and then you're just like, oh shit, what'd you say? But it's live, so you know.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's surprising to me because I feel like the quality of the podcast has kind of gone down a bit. Joe Rogan, in my estimations, has kind of gotten. All right.
Keep it a book, bro. Keep it a book.
Everything I say is going to be like, oh, Eric's a fucking dumb liberal, like he's, you know, snowflake and all this shit. But to me, Joe Rogan used to be that guy where he would interview a lot of different people with a lot of different viewpoints and ask them really good, insightful questions. funny comedian interviews. Like that was what Joe Rogan was.
Right.
Now it's old man yelling at clouds. Like he had Bobby Lee on. He's been trying to get Bobby Lee back on the. I don't think he ever had him on. He's been trying to get Bobby Lee to do that podcast for a really long time. Bobby Lee's hot right now. Bobby Lee's got, I want to say, 3 successful podcasts that he runs with another comedian and his ex-girlfriend and by himself. Like he's got 3 successful podcasts that he's got going on his own. Trying to get Bobby Lee on for a long time. Fans have been wanting that interview for a very long time. Gets him on, and half of it is him trying to, just bring up COVID again, and the lockdowns, and that was ridiculous, wasn't like what that happened how many years ago, and you're gonna ask Bobby Lee about that now? Like, fucking move on. Like, I want to hear a fun conversation about you and Bobby Lee stories, and but yeah, like he's kind of, in my opinion, another podcast that's done this, it's really big, is like Tom Segura did it. Tom Segura for a long time had a really good podcast called Your Mom's House, and him and his wife Christina Pajitsky would, they were both comedians, and they would bring people on, and it was a good podcast. But then Tom Segura got a little successful and lost a little bit of weight, and his fan base, that were a bunch of regular people in their 30s, that thought he was funny, he shits on him. He's like, "Oh, you guys are poor, just stop being poor," and like,
I hate that type of shit, bro.
So like completely turning his, like, I think the most recent thing he did was he went on X and did a tirade with a TSA agent because they checked his bag, and like put her name on there, like, "Oh, this stupid bitch did this," and everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck, dude?" Like, he used to be like,
relax, bro.
Yeah, he used to be like a real salt of the earth. Everyone was cool with him type of guy, and then now he like looks down on people a lot, and Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan has, not to that extent, but like he's definitely kind of more pandering to the right side of his audience. Everyone else kind of got left behind and is like, all right, I don't listen to him at all anymore. But yeah, to be doing that and still get a $250 million deal, he's doing something right,
Yeah, I guess it got enough for people to the right for him to, and listen to him.
Yeah, and I mean, like, Shane Gillis is in that same kind of category. So I mean, like, they are. I do you remember the Bud Light thing that happened, the big fiasco with that? Where they had,
and that's when they had the, I don't want to say the transsexual, or
they had the trans woman as one of the, I don't know if she was in an advertisement or she was an actual spokeswoman they brought in, but they put her in ads, and people were furious. I'm not going to drink Bud Light anymore. Kid Rock was shooting it with his AR-15, like, fuck Bud Light, Shane Gillis is now being paid by Bud Light, and he's going to be in their commercials now, so like, is it them trying to get that crowd back, or is it Shane Gillis wanting to do something with Bud Light, or both, so yeah, it's kind of weird little, political undertones in some of this stuff,
or is Bud Light like, you my bitch and I can pay you?
Maybe that too, like, why not both?
You feel me?
But yeah, like, it's interesting. Shane Gillis and Joe Rogan making good moves lately, can't be mad at it.
Let me start talking to some people. I'm gonna get us $100 million deals in the 2025.
Yeah, when's that Journey sponsorship coming? Need some new Converse.
Not the Converse, some Doc Martens and shit. Man,
get some New Balances.
No, that's really all they top sellers.
I'd be happy with that shit, with some New Balance. I'm not gonna lie.
New Balance is hot, bro. Yeah. I fuck with them heavy right now.
If
my little mama be calling them old man shoes, I'm tired of hearing that damn remark.
If
it's so nice.
If New Balance said to me like, "Hey, we'll give you one pair every 2 years," I'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Literally,
that'd be a lot of shoes. Good shit.
I'm fucking with it. Yeah. A free pair is better than no pair.
Yeah.
Get the high quality ones.
Yeah, let me ask my financial advisor, P. Is that a good deal, P?
Yeah.
Hey, every 2 years, hey, you can't turn that down.
Yeah, okay. P said it's cool. It's cool.
The negotiator, yeah.
Y'all depend on what you had to give up.
Oh damn! Don't say it like that.
P's gonna talk him up to a pair and a half. So we have like two right shoes and a left. It's like, hey, a deal's a deal. He got it done.
No, I'd be like, I want a pair and some shoelaces.
Yeah. Oh, the extra shoelaces. You got to have that.
Yeah.
Some cleaner.
There we go. I'm about to say the cleaner too. You know, you accessorize it, bro. Accessorize. Give me a t-shirt or something.
Yeah,
right.
A pair of socks. Yeah.
You know?
All right. So we're going to finish this off with Red, you wanted to bring up some Keith Lee is making waves again. Would you like to fill us in on that?
So Keith Lee went to Dallas. I know he went to Houston last time, but he went to Dallas wait a minute. Yeah, Dallas. And he hit some lady truck called like Sweet Southern something. I don't know her name like that. She don't deserve a shout out anyway. But at the end of the thing, at the end of the visit, you know, he took his picture, shook his hands with everybody. He hit him up and was like, "Look, I see you got a barber out here. I want you to pay the barber $1,000. You got a braider out here. I want you to give $1,000 to the braider so they can just braid and cut people hair the whole day. You feel me? I want to tip you 2 bands, and then I want to give you $886 for, you know, free food for everybody else today." You know what I'm saying? And of course, he didn't want it to be like everybody can get like 20 orders and this many sides. It just was like, get you a regular plate type stuff. You feel me? So his last words was, "I'm going to send it all to you and you can divvy it out however you see fit." And that was the key words, you feel me, that they trying to run with. But this motherfucking lady, bro, she gave out 3 free meals after he dipped and closed the whole shop, bro. She went on Instagram Live talking about, yeah, you know, things happen. I have to close up. And she took everybody money. She took the braider money. She took the motherfucking haircut guy money, everything, bro. And one of the clerks there was cutting it to her something crazy. And she like, "Well, he told me to divvy it up however I see fit." And he was like, her thing was, he told you how to do it though. He said,
So
you said what?
Yeah. So I don't mean to interrupt, but did the people know that Keith Lee said this, or did he only tell the woman? Okay, so he told everybody, like,
Yes,
hey, I gave her some money. You guys should be expecting some. You know.
Yes,
that's
bro.
wild.
He literally got it on his video, like camera right here. "Look, I want to bless you. I want to give 1,000 to you. I want to give 1,000 to you, and you keep 1,000, and then 800 goes for free meals."
Right.
That's clearly on everybody videos, bro. And when she took the money, the clerk was like, "You know, I'm gonna just charge this card, yada yada yada." The whole almost $5,000. The owner, bro, blocked all her blessings, keeping the money. It got so bad for about 4 days. Keith Lee just finally said, like, "Bro, I literally told you, 1,000 for this, 1,000 for that. You keep 2. Why would you do that?" You know what I'm saying? God told me to come to y'all and help y'all out. You blocking everything I tried to do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, before he even, you know, made his comment, she was like, "Well, Keith Lee gonna have to come on here and tell me how to do it the right way, since I guess I misinterpreted." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Miss, I told you divvy it up however you see fit," meaning Apple Pay, Zelle, check, cash. If I already told you who it was going to, why would you just keep it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it went bad on her. Like, you know the Keith Lee effect, bro. You can go from 1,600 to 60,000 followers.
Yeah.
You're going to be making bands every single day. You know what I'm saying? Hella paid. So she let $2,000 keep her from damn near extra 20,000 every week now. You feel me? So, you know, that was my little news on that. You know, you just got to treat people kind, you know, be fair to everybody, that type of shit.
Yeah, I know the truck don't deserve a shout out, but the name was a Sweetly Seasoned food
Fuck
truck.
her.
I'll bleep that out. Fuck
that. Just show the truck.
Yeah. But we know what it is, but we're not going to tell you because they don't deserve the shout out.
Yeah, man. And it's tough because when you look at a situation like that, obviously a food truck means that they started from the ground up. They obviously don't have a lot of reserve, so this is their life.
Yeah, not enough to open up an actual brick and mortar restaurant, but
yeah, so that means she really blocked her fucking blessing for being greedy.
Yeah, yeah,
It
and
was like that was
honestly,
probably the most money she probably seen in a long time.
no.
Reason
So
why that, yeah.
yeah, so I don't know the whole layout. So maybe you can explain it to me better. So is this like just like a lot that she parks her truck in, and then like a barber and someone that braids hair shows up and they do it there, or is this like in a
So
plaza or?
I got you. So this was like an open lot type of thing, right?
Okay.
Business been slow as hell. And her son was like, I'm gonna help you market it a little bit better. So y'all, we got a barber up here, we got a braider up here. While y'all waiting in line for the food, he knocking down cuts. She
Okay.
can do little simple braids here and there.
All right.
Anything to help her mama, anything to help his mama business
Get more people
go
in.
up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At that point,
And
like, why are you doing that? Like
exactly.
the hair people are bringing people in, and you're telling them, "Fuck you." You're
Yeah, you
on
don't
your
get
own
shit.
now. Your food wasn't bringing them
Yeah,
in to start. Like, what makes you think they will now?
fast.
You know?
Yeah, that was your extra oomph,
Yeah.
and you take the money away from them, and it's just like bro, 1,000 was not about to change your whole life,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Keith Lee, you know what I'm saying your shit was good was for sure.
Yeah.
You was gonna be booming for the next good 2 months,
Yeah.
but she fucked that up for her
Yeah.
damn self.
Very, very short sighted. Like, I feel like a bump from Keith Lee in that kind of situation would be like, hey, we may be able to go into a strip mall and have a
Yeah,
barbershop braid one side, our restaurant on the other side. We're gonna keep this
yeah,
kind of community based, networking in place.
yeah.
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of, you ever hear those stories where like a waitress will get like a big tip, like $1,000,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then the owner of the restaurant's like, oh, we pull tips, and then the waitress is like, we never once pulled tips before, but because I get a
Yeah,
large sum of money, like they want to take some. That, to me, that's what it reminds me of.
yeah.
But yeah, like it's cool to see Keith Lee. We talked about it before, he's still blessing restaurants and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a good way to do it. But yeah, lady, like everyone, like we talked about this on the Keith Lee episode, everybody should know the Keith Lee effect by now. Like,
For
and if you're
sure,
making
bro.
mistakes like this, you got no one to blame but yourself.
But
Yeah,
before you,
and she lost her followers.
oh, she did. Damn.
Yeah, she had like 1,600. I think she's now at like 800 followers now.
Yeah, I bet the reviews are bad now too.
Yeah, most
Mm-hmm.
definitely. You know how last time that happened, where they did a really bad review, people from like Georgia was calling California talking about, yeah, that place sucks. Give them a one, fuck them, fuck them. He was like, bro, stop doing that.
Right.
We don't want them to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure they one star in her shit all day.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah, I
were
was
you gonna
gonna
say,
say.
P?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Have y'all heard about the other food reviewer named Mr. Chime Time?
Oh my God, I'm so tired of him,
So,
bro.
so they they basically said Keith Lee is like the light side, Mr. Chime Time is like the dark side, where it's like he's super raw, don't give a fuck how you feel about it. But
Yeah,
he
he'll
he
say
got a lot of
this shit
followers.
is ass. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
he be
I
going
be like, bro, it's
in.
not that bad. Chill the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Keith Lee will be like, it's not. I wouldn't come for this. It's
I'm
not
not
my.
the demographic.
It's
Me
not. It's not
personally.
my favorite.
They said
for-
He's
they
like,
said
but
for
it
every-
tastes
they-
like shit.
Yeah, they said for every Keith Lee you need a Mr. Chime Time,
Yeah.
and
Bro.
people were trying to kick him out because he's apparently he been in Detroit for like the last 2 months.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro. I had saw a meme that said, who giving him some pussy? Because why he staying here too
Right?
long?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, because he never been at any place this long. It's
Yeah.
always like 2 weeks and he just traveling.
Mhm.
Everybody's showing little memes of him just drunk at some bar, or him going to like, bro, he really had a review on White Castle.
Yeah, he
Who
said
the
White
fuck
Castle was
reviews a fast
trash.
food
Yeah,
restaurant?
I'll tell you
Yeah.
right now, the reason he's here is because he can't afford to move anywhere else. Like if those views are down and those money's in, and you're doing a review of a fast food chain, yeah,
Bro.
the money's not coming like it was.
Yeah. He's trying to get every little penny he can
Yeah.
out of this one area before he can take the next trip out or wherever he's
Yeah.
about to move to.
Yeah, that's weird though, to be like shitting on a place and staying here for 2 months. Like,
Yeah, it's too long.
just
bro.
move on if you don't like it.
I didn't even know we had that many goddamn restaurants for real.
Bro,
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
there's a lot.
He hit up everything turkey or something like that. He said, this is like leather boots. It's like it was cooked Thursday and they served it to me on a Sunday. And then he went to
It was a
wings.
pickle place. It was like instead of a bread, it was pickles. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I knew about that place. He hit up a lot of places, a lot of small places, upcoming places, but it's like nothing that really says, "Oh yeah, this is a Detroit style type of place." It's just all just regular ass places. We don't care about most of them. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
he's shooting down everybody, bro. The only good review I heard was probably like Asian corned beef or something.
Yeah, it was an Asian spot for sure.
yeah, yeah. South Park did an episode. It was before like the big YouTube reviews. It was when Yelp was big. You guys remember Yelp?
Oh yeah,
They did an episode.
that's where P come from.
They did an episode where Yelp was making its way in the South Park area, and Cartman would go in and saying, "I'm a Yelp reviewer," and then all the restaurant workers would be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give you free food," like they'd treat him really good. And then you had like Kyle's dad was a Yelp reviewer, and he would be like writing novels like, "Oh, the corned beef was especially phenomenal and succulent. It made me think of days in the past," and it'd be like Arby's corned beef, do a review like that. But it became a joke where like these Yelpers expected to be treated like actual New York Times food critics. And so at the end of the episode, like, "Oh, you're a Yelper? Yeah, right this way." And then in the back, they're fucking with their food. It's like, yeah, bring so much negative attention, you're gonna get negative stuff done to you.
Facts.
Right, yeah.
At a certain point, like you're gonna have I don't know, what was that guy's name again? The one that was in Detroit.
Chomtown.
Yeah. At a certain point, he's gonna walk into a restaurant and people are like, "Get out. We have the right to not serve you for any
We did
reason.
not service you. Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. We don't care if you're going to give us a negative review. You're trash anyway. You've been here for 2 months with your broke ass,
Like,
yeah, because he was saying Sweetwater's, he went in on them.
Yeah, he said how that shit was bad.
Yeah, at a certain point, they're just, all right, don't let this guy in here,
Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. It really was one restaurant he said was good.
Yeah.
Every restaurant I watched, I think 17 videos that day. The only thing good from them was greens. Everything else was trash. Sides, garbage. I'm like, bro, you act like this city can't cook or something, bro. Goddamn.
And then he'd say at the end, "Oh yeah, it was a 7 or 8 out of 10."
Yeah.
You can come check it out.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear all the negativity and then you give a above average number. You should have gave above average review.
Yeah.
He really was just shitting on them all that time, bro.
But he keep it real though. So I mean,
some of that shit disrespect, bro. It's disrespect, bro.
He speaks to me because I feel like if I'm paying this amount of money, I deserve the quality that you say that you bring out there, because they go and talk their shit up, obviously. But if you talking about, "Oh yeah, I gotta pay $80 to $100 or some dollars for this," it's a fuck. He got about 4 or 5 meals in his car that equals up to $60 to $80.
That's $20. That's regular.
Okay, but you have a family. You ain't a regular motherfucker eating no little tiny ass fucking wings. You about to get some wings and something else.
I knew that P was going to kind of defend him, because if you recall, when P went to Miami and said the food in Miami was trash, when he went to Cheesecake Factory.
That was the dumbest place you can go to, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very basic place.
But yeah, I could see how it speaks to P, because P keeps it real too on his reviews, so can't say anything different about
That's
that.
why I got. That's why I got. That's why I got the amount of folks that follow me, because they. Yeah. All right, well, shit, I know to steer away. Let me see what he talking about. Oh, this place good. Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
So.
They say
I'm champagne tongue.
Shitting on a Best Buy for no reason.
Hey, you said I got the champagne tongue for a reason, man.
Right.
But I ain't. What's the dude from Hell's Kitchen? I ain't like him.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, I ain't slapping people with fucking breads and calling you a shit sandwich.
Idiot sandwich.
Yeah.
I went to one of his restaurants in Vegas, and I was like,
I heard it's trash.
It was disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing that from everybody. They say his place is not good.
And then Salt Bay, I heard his shit trash too. But he charged him $1,000.
You know how we were talking about like Balenciaga, like it's expensive just for the sake of being expensive. That's fucking Salt Bay. Like, so
that means Mr. Chime Time is one of those people that come in, got his 1.5 million followers, and then keep it real. And then you'll have Keith Lee. Oh, it was okay. No, then Chime Time come in like, "Hey, this shit was trash. You better not spend no $1,000 for this shit."
Yeah, now those places
and
need that. Is it worth it to spend $1,000 on that?
That's why I said that for
is,
every key fleet, you need a chime time. That was the whole point of
these
it.
is mom and pop
yeah, you
$20
got
plates.
leave
bro.
White Castle alone. Like,
yeah, these is $20 plates.
Hey, that's his fault for doing that shit. He
I get the
that check ain't
$1,000
hit.
Salt Bay bullshit.
Yeah,
That check ain't hit. That's why he went to White Castle. That's all I say.
Yeah, he was hungry. I keep hearing White Castle is the place to go to in Detroit. I said, who told you that? Ain't nobody up here said go to fucking White Castle.
They lied to you. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I come to Detroit, that's one of those things I hit up though.
White Castle is. I'm not gonna lie, it's legit.
Yeah, I hit White Castle up every time I visit Detroit. Get the cheese.
Y'all shitty asses, bro. Stop playing.
Get the cheese sticks and then the double burger.
Yeah, we don't have White Castle up here.
Hell no.
Really?
There's a bunch of chains down there that we don't have that I hit up, like Noodles and Company. Noodles and Company is not anything great, but I love Noodles and Company.
Okay. It is not. I ain't gonna lie, not bad. Every time I go, because every time I go like the Southfield area, I will like stop by one, and I hit what's that place called again? Tropical Smoothie next to it. You know they say that cup is a meal, bro. I use it like a water, like it's a regular drink to me.
A lot of calories in those cups.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man,
all right. Yeah.
That's why we ain't got a lot of Mediterranean places, because the only place that was up here was the Boons. They closed down, and then I think the closest one now is in Flint, and that's a 40-45 minute drive. So
Mediterranean.
Yeah,
Really?
we got one in the mall, but I mean it ain't popping.
It's there's Arabia on Bay Road next to that subway.
Yeah, I see. I had that one.
Come on, Tom.
Check the review to find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we are good on time. This was a fun one. A lot of stuff going on. But we will catch you guys next week. This has been Off the Top with Eric Pearson Red. I'm one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight were
your boy P.
That's your boy Red.
All right, have a good weekend, y'all.
Yeah. Gang.
Gang.